You can feel the ghosts of Las Vegas. It's sort of making me stay in like a hushed, quiet state. This is a crazy experience.
I've got Chucky on my left and nuns with whips on my right. My, how things have changed.
There's nothing quite like the neon lights of Las Vegas. So I decided to take in as much iconic neon as I could in one epic night. From the haunted pathways of the Neon Museum to the insanity of Fremont Street, I've got you covered. And at the end, I'll show you my absolute favorite sign in Las Vegas. Ready to be mesmerized? Let's get to it. I'm Blake Pullen. Welcome to Planet Vegas.
So the Neon Museum is where all the old neon signs from Las Vegas go to die, or better yet, they go to stay alive and be preserved. I was able to secure after hours access, so I'm actually the only person here. And let me tell you, this is a unique experience. It's like you can feel the ghosts of Las Vegas. The history of this city is so rich in this place, especially walking around here all by myself with all these historical neon signs all around me. Some people call this place the Neon Boneyard, but a lot of these are still alive. Not all of them are lit, but a lot of them are. So you can do tours here daily. You can definitely come see it. This after hour stuff is a little bit more expensive and you're not guaranteed you're gonna have the whole place to yourself. But tonight, I was the only one, so here I am, and I have the whole Neon Museum to myself. I think it's really cool that we have a place like this in Vegas where we actually preserve our history, because one of the things Vegas is known for is we just tear things down here. If something gets old and it needs to be replaced, we just blow it up and put something else in its place. And there's something to be said for progress, but I also think there's something to be said for tradition and history. And all of these signs are just such a big part of what makes Vegas, Vegas. One of the most iconic pieces of neon here at the museum is the sign for the old Stardust Hotel. Of course, the Stardust is long gone. We blew it up like we like to do in Vegas, but I think it's really cool that we've preserved at least this little piece of it. It's funny, I'm here all by myself, but I find myself speaking kind of quietly, just, I don't know, out of some sort of awe or respect, like I said, the ghosts of Vegas or something. It's sort of making me just sort of stay in like a hushed, quiet state. This is a crazy experience. I've never really experienced anything like this, kind of once in a lifetime. You can also see right up here behind me is the Hard Rock sign. And that's one of the more recent ones that's moved here from the Hard Rock Hotel before it closed and became Virgin. Every single one of these signs has so many stories attached to it and so much history based on the property that it was associated with and when it was built and when it was torn down. I mean, generations have lived and died through the lives of these signs. These signs have seen all kinds of things going on. The Rat Pack, the mob days of Vegas. These signs here lived through all of it, and some of them are in pretty good shape. Some of them are really rusty and beaten up and broken down and they don't work anymore, but it's amazing that they're all here. I honestly am kind of in awe. I can't recommend this place enough. This is a pretty amazing spot.
So what was your favorite sign at the Neon Museum? Be sure to let me know down in the comments. Now let's go see some neon signs that are still in service, and there's no better place to do that than Fremont Street in downtown Las Vegas.
If you're enjoying this video, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the growth of the channel. So I always tell people, if you want glitz and glamour and a posh, luxurious experience, go to the Strip. If you want weird, wacky, and lots of personality, come to Fremont Street. If you want to see classic neon and Las Vegas lights, this is the place to do it. All of the signs down here are historically protected. It's one of the few places in Vegas where we've preserved a little bit of our old history. This space used to be occupied by the Las Vegas Club, Hotel and Casino, Mermaids Casino, and a gentleman's club called Glitter Gulch. They demolished all of those properties in order to build Circa, which, by the way, is one of the coolest properties in downtown. So right behind me is a classic downtown Vegas property. This is the Plaza Hotel and Casino. It's a famous property. It's been in a bunch of movies. It was in Back to the Future. It was in the James Bond film Diamonds Are Forever, the movie Casino. This used to be the valet and passenger drop-off area. Now it's closed off to just pedestrian traffic, and there's a bar there, but some great old historic neon and signs on this building. So one of the perks of coming to Fremont Street are the shows that they run on a regular basis on these overhead LED screens that hang over the street. It's pretty cool, and it's free. So this is the Golden Gate Casino. This is the oldest casino in downtown. It goes all the way back to 1906. You want to talk about some classic Las Vegas lights? Right there. Those have been there for a very long time. So the Fremont Casino was opened in 1956. At the time, it was actually the tallest building in Nevada. My, how things have changed. Fremont Street is definitely not boring. If you're into weird or wacky, or you just want to see things you've never seen before, come to Fremont Street when you're in Las Vegas. And it's always loud and boisterous. I've got Chucky from the Child's Play movies on my left and topless nuns with whips on my right. That's Fremont Street for you. Four Queens is another classic old Vegas property. It actually got the name Four Queens from the original owner and developer. He named it after his four daughters. I've always liked this sign. It has a classic vintage Vegas feel to it. The Golden Nugget is also one of the oldest properties in downtown Las Vegas. It's a famous place. It's been in a bunch of movies and television shows. It was in Vegas Vacation, and it also appeared in the Bee Gees music video for Night Fever. This is another classic sign here on the front of Binion's Hotel and Casino. Now, Binion's is associated with one of the most famous or infamous kidnapping plots in the history of Las Vegas. The founder of this casino, his son was kidnapped back in the 60s, I believe. So a little bit of history to go with this property. There's so much going on down here on Fremont all at the same time. You have a bunch of stages up and down the street with DJs and bands playing, and you got acrobats and different variety acts. You have atmosphere entertainers. There's all these little kiosks and shopping. And then, of course, you've got all these hotels and casinos with restaurants and gambling, and you can definitely spend a whole evening. Heck, if you came to Las Vegas, you could spend a whole week down here. Of course, you can't talk about neon signs in Las Vegas without talking about Vegas Vic. That's the iconic cowboy sign that everybody associates with Vegas. He used to be in front of a place called the Pioneer Club, but now he has his own spot. And if you're going to talk about Vegas Vic, you have to mention Vegas Vicky, who's a cowgirl who's also pretty iconic. As the story goes, Vegas Vic was lonely and needed a companion. So in 1980, they built Vegas Vicky. She was put up in front of the gentleman's club I mentioned earlier called Glitter Gulch, but now she lives inside the Circa Hotel.
And there she is, my favorite neon sign in all of Las Vegas. Perfectly preserved and looking just like she did in 1980. Well, I hope you enjoyed our neon adventure. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm Blake Pullen, and we'll see you next time on Planet Vegas.